Hey guys, now in today's video we're taking a look at one of the most advanced robots that are going to do an amazing job mopping and vacuuming your home. It's a multi-surface robot that's going to handle carpet, hardwood floors, and tile. And the cool thing about this is that it has this extended reach technology that is able to get the tightest corners in your home. We're talking about the Dreame X40 Ultra. We're going to check out this robot, we're going to see how it works, we're going to talk about the specs. And I'll tell you, this is the type of robot that all you have to do is either tell it to go or press a button and make it go, and it's going to keep your home clean. And guess what? It's also pet friendly too. Let's go ahead and check it out. Now the X40 Ultra is packed with suction power. We're talking about 12,000 PAs of power. This means that it's going to be able to lift up dirt, debris, hair in deep cracks on your floor. Let's talk about those wood floors that may have the planks a little bit open. Tile as well. Carpet. It's going to handle it without a problem. It also then has a really cool feature which I really appreciate in the most modern robots, and it is an auto solution adding technology, which means that if you add cleaning technology or cleaning fluid to the robot base, it will dose the robot with enough fluid to keep your floors clean and smelling great. No proprietary tech when it comes to the cleaning liquid. And that's something that's really important to me, and I'm sure it is to you as well. The other thing is the navigation technology. This is not the type of robot that's going to bump and clean. And when I'm talking about bumping cleaning, I'm talking about the robots that hit the wall and kind of do this kind of thing as they're navigating. Where if you have some shoes on the floor, it crashes into the shoes. No, we're talking about advanced Lidar detection, AI 3D structured light that is capable of seeing and pretty much navigating your home bump free. And that is something that I also am really excited about because it's not dragging things all over the place. Now, it also has this anti-tangle tri-cut brush. Now, this brush, which is a mouthful, is important because we have dogs. So if you have dogs, you have cats, you know that they leave hair. And as our robots are going through and they're doing their thing, they could get tangled in the actual roller. This robot doesn't have that problem because as it's cleaning and the roller is rotating, it actually has these built-in blades that shear off the hair and make sure that you have a tangle-free robot. And that's really important because there comes a time that you just got to stick your fingers in there, take things apart, and clean it out. Don't have to do that here. It also has 6,400 milliamp hours of power, which means that it's going to be able to handle very large areas and do a great job cleaning. Now, mixed surface homes are a problem, right? So if you have, for example, carpet, tile, and wood floors, and forget about having them all in the same place, you may be worried about having wet carpet because you may be mopping the floor, wood or tile. And the cool thing about this robot is that everything about it is auto lift. Typically, when I talk about auto lift, I talk about auto lift mop pads. In this case, the mop pads auto lift. So that means that as it's going to get to a carpet area, it lifts itself so it's not going to wet your carpet. The whiskers themselves that rotate have auto lift technology as well, which means it lifts and it won't get wet. The roller itself also lifts. Everything is auto lift, giving you a really interesting and I would say more peace of mind when it's cleaning your home. Now, the other thing is like, let's say you're going to just vacuum because it has various modes. It will literally deposit the mop pads, leave it in the docking station behind, and then just go and do the vacuuming if that's all you want. So if you don't have to do any kind of mopping, you don't have to. It will just mop, it will just vacuum for you. And that's also a really fantastic feature. It has dirt detection as well. And the dirt detection means that it has this RGB camera that is able to see if something's dirty. And it's going to spend some extra time there with this dirt detection. It has a 4.5 liter clean water tank, a 4.0 liter used water tank, a 3.2 liter dust bag that has great capacity. You're going to be cleaning your house for months and not have to worry about it. We have 4 Pomeranians and we actually don't change these bags often and we run our robots daily. It also has hot water, 158 Fahrenheit, mop cleaning and washboard cleaning. Meaning that when you go back into the docking station, it's going to wash it thoroughly. Your mop pads are always going to look new. And more importantly, you're not going to have any odors or any mildew because of the drying tech that you have in here. So that's going to make a really big difference, and it does for me too. I've said this before. if you have a mop pad that is smelly, you'll have a floor that is smelly too. So again, it does that and it keeps your board nice and clean. Now, there's a lot of things with this robot, right? The side reach technology that goes out and takes care of the corners, also the mop extend type technology, right? So the whiskers go out, so does the mop pad, and that I would say sensitivity, the obstacle avoidance is also really incredible and it's top notch. So let's go ahead and see this robot in action. And if you're wondering after going through all those specs, is this a robot that you should consider? This is hands down something that you should buy. If you're really in the market for a robot like this, I would say buy it. If you would like to watch the rest of the video, which I'm going to invite you to, let's go ahead and check and see this robot close up. We'll see it in action, and you'll see why I'm so confident about the tech and how well this robot does. Now, the first thing we're going to take a look at the X40 is the clean water and dirty water container. And they're rather large, so you can see how tall these containers are. So here's the clean water container. And then as it's cleaning itself, it will basically store all the dirty water here that comes from cleaning the mop pads. Now, the cool thing about this robot is that it does come with some detergent where it will automatically fill the clean water tank, well, not that tank there, but the robot itself, with some detergent, again, to help with its cleaning routines. Now, what I love about it is that they do include a bottle of cleaning fluid that you can include in the robot. And the cool thing about this is that you're not really stuck with a proprietary solution, because the actual cleaning compartment where you would put all your fluid is here, and it's refillable. So you can actually use what they provide or something that you may prefer with your robot. Also in this area, you'll find you have your little dust area as well. So you have that where you'll probably touch this maybe every 6 months, depending on how dirty your home is. I've gone through these for quite some time, so it's not something that you're gonna have to replace quite often, but you can see it's nicely tucked away there as well. Now, the robot does have a Lidar that scans the area that it's running. It also has an RGB sensor that actually can see dirty areas, and it's going to detect it and provide some additional scrubbing. You do have a home button, a power button, and then a cleaning function. And as we flip this over, there's a couple other things that you'll see here at the very bottom. You have both of your scrubbers, and you can see how nice and clean these are. This has been running for quite some time. It has the ability to take these off and deposit them inside of the docking station. And it's cool because if, let's say you're going to be doing carpet and that's all you're going to do, it doesn't bring these with. It just leaves them there and it goes to do that. So this is going to be able to support a carpet, tile, or wood floors. And you can see I have wood and tile floor. It has a roller, and this roller right here, there's two types of roller. We do have a roller that has blades inside of it so that as it's rotating, if there's pet hair, people hair, it will shred it and it will not get tangled in this area. You have your whiskers here, right? And this is what's going to scoop things in and push this into here. And the cool thing about it is each one of these areas, all of them will raise themselves. So they have the ability to raise themselves so they're not touching the floor depending on what's going on. So for example, if you're mopping the floor, the whiskers will raise themselves so they don't get wet. Love that feature. So each one of these areas have that. It has drop detection. It has tons of sensors, super duper smart robot, and it has high traction wheels. Now this is the replacement roller, and one of the things we'll do is as we're turning it over, you'll be able to see that it has this area here which has kind of like some blades inside of it. And those blades are what will, as the hair gets trapped in it right there, it's going to basically cut it. So you'll never have to worry about detangling your brush ever again. This is super cool. Now, in addition to the blades, you do have a squeegee and you have a brush. Now, this cleaning system is pretty advanced. What you can see here is the scrubbing that's going to take place once your robot's in place. Now, we've been running this now for about 3 weeks, and I'm just going to remove this tray for a second, and you can see what's going on here. This is super clean. Has, again, some dust over here, but this area is dry because it does heat dry the mop pads, as well as this area gets swept and cleaned up. Love the fact that this is as clean as it is. It has some little surface dust there, but that's not anything that bothers me right now, especially compared to other robots where I find myself cleaning this area quite often. All right, guys, so let's take a look at this obstacle course that we have here. First of all, we do have a electrical cord or cable. We have several cups. We also have some dirt right there, actually crushed cereal. What you see there is also 3D printed poop. We have small dogs, they have small poop, so let's see how well it does there. And then we have some more cups, and we're gonna see how well it navigates this area. So let's go ahead and check it out. All right, so here comes the robot, and it stopped really quick before it hit that. I was afraid it was gonna run into it. That was pretty impressive. It's basically doing its positioning, and I thought it was gonna crash into that cup, but it didn't. It had kind of power brake. So let's see the normal cleaning process. What you'll notice is that the robot does have a headlamp that turns on as it's just trying to make out its surroundings. So it's really leaving the docking station right in that corner and figuring out where it's been defined to clean. So a couple things that you'll notice about the robot as it's going through, it's actually leaving a really thin amount of water behind. Not enough to leave spots, not enough to really do anything but moisten the floor and clean things up. There's a cup, and it saw it, doing so far really well. You can see the little cleaners coming out, and this is where I see many robots fail because they basically run into the whiskers, hit the cup. So far it hasn't done that, nor has the little squeegee in the back done it either. That's pretty impressive. It's working its way around the cup, and even as it extends those little scrubbers, it's not touching it. Check that out. See it come out right there? And it's working its way around it very thoughtfully. Check it out how it's checking it out. And it's working its way. Uh-oh, there is the cord. I think it's identified it as well. And if we start looking at the app itself, you'll notice on the app, it's detecting all these obstacles that it needs to watch out for. Now, it did pick up a portion of the cereal, so it got that taken care of, and you can see it right here. Looking at the cord, avoiding it, and there's two more things that we have to see. So it's passed our cup test, it's passed our cord test, and the next thing that we have to watch and see is how well will it do with the poop test, because we have the poop right there, and we're going to test this and see how well it does. Let's see. All right, here comes the poop. Will it? Wait a minute. I don't know if it actually went under it or if it stopped, but it's definitely seeing it. That's impressive. It has like super brakes. All right, it's picking up the cereal. It definitely sees the poop. I'm seeing it identified on the software. So if I zoom into the software, you can see that it even has, let's see what's the about. It has pet feces. It's identified as poop. Wouldn't you know, it passed our poop test too. That is super cool. It's working its way around and around. Love that little light that turns on. It's like Cyclops just checking out and see what's going on. And you'll see on the map, as we look at the map as the robot's running, it's identified a couple things. So first of all, it says that there's an obstacle. When I look at the obstacle, it's highlighting that there's an obstacle there, and you can see the picture of it, right? You'll notice that if I go back to the pet feces, it identifies that there was recognition, and it says pet feces, right? Which is really good. Another obstacle here, another cup. And you can see how this guy is just really negotiating well everything here. There's the other cup, and you see me watching it. And I think there's power cord. Look at this. Identified the power cord too. So far, it's passed every single test. And let's see. What impresses me is the whiskers are not hitting the cup, nor is the actual scrubber. That's super impressive. Now, with those scrubbers, as they come out, this is what's going to get into the corners of many of the areas as it's cleaning. So if you think about as it's going against the wall, and if you have, let's say your baseboards are a little bit risen, or it's going underneath, let's say you have like an island in your kitchen, and that's a little bit raised, it could actually, if it can't fit, it will extend its little scrubbers out and do the cleaning. And we have some cereal left by the cup over there. We're going to see if it's going to catch that over there. See, it's right now going to make its way and it's detected it. So you can see it right there. But it's really trying to make it through this obstacle course. And we'll see. So far, I don't know how many times I've said it. I am impressed with how well it's been able to navigate this area. There it goes. Every single time it freaks me out because it like zooms in, but then it sees it and like does a power stop. All right, sees the cup. You can see the little extenders extending. There they go. Clean, 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 clean. And guys, it cleaned everything up. It passed our test 100% with flying colors. Amazing. So guys, that wraps up our review. See you in the next video.